Buddhadhamma, Chapter 5, The Law of Kamma, the Practical Value, page 524. Practical Value. The practical value of the teaching on Kamma may be summarized as follows. It established people firmly in reason, discernment, and sound judgment. It enables people to see actions and the fruits of actions in light of interrelated causes and conditions. It prevents people from gullible beliefs and from giving undue importance to centralized rumors and ideas. For example, the belief that a particular river is a sacred or divine. It reveals how desired results and aspired goals are achievable by way of action and engagement. Therefore, one must develop self-reliance and make determined effort. One should not seek or expect results by prayer and supplication, for instance, by perpetuating divine forces. It encouraged people to take responsibility for themselves by abstaining from immoral behavior and to take responsibility for others by performing benevolent deeds. It confirms all people equally possess the natural right to develop and improve themselves. Through their actions, people are able to either decrease or increase in virtuous qualities. And at the highest degree, they are able to reach such distinction that they are greater than celestial beings. It asserts that the true yardstick for determining human inferiority and excellence are each individual's spiritual qualities, capabilities, and conduct. In this regard, distinction made according to birth, caste, and social class are irrelevant. It urges people to use past Kamma as lessons for life and to increase their own self-understanding. It gives relatively little importance to blaming or focusing on others' misdeeds and offenses. In this way, one recognizes one's own basic qualities and conduct or condition, so that one is able to improve oneself and to correctly plan one's own spiritual development. It provides hope to people for the future. All these aspects of practical value are evident in the following teaching by Gautama Buddha. General aspects of Kamma. These are quotes from the Tipitaka and the Dhammapada, etc. It is volition, monks, that I call Kamma. For having willed, one acts by body, by speech, or by mind. Beings are the owners of their actions, heir of their actions. They originate from their actions, are related to their actions, have their actions as their refuge. It is action that distinguishes beings as inferior and superior. Whatever sort of seed is sown, that is the sort of fruit one reaps. The doer of good reaps good. The doer of evil reaps evil. That deed is not well done when after having done it, one is in misery. And when weeping with tearful face, one reaps the fruit thereof. That deed is well done when having done it, one is freed from misery. And when with joy and pleasure, one reaps the fruit thereof. Foolish people, devoid of wisdom, behave like enemies towards themselves. They go about doing evil deeds which yields only bitter fruit. That deed is not well done. Having done it, one is in misery. And when weeping, the tearful face, one reaps the fruit thereof. But that deed is well done when having done it, one is freed from misery. When with a joyful and satisfied heart one reaps the fruit thereof, one should promptly do the deed one knows leads to one's own welfare. Kamma grounded in rational belief. Now the rivers Bakuta and Badhidkaka, Gaya and Sandarika too, Bayaka and Sarasati, and the river Bahumati. A fool may therefore bathe, yet will not purify dark deeds. What can the river bring to pass? What the Payaka, what the Bahuka, they cannot purify an evildoer, a man who has done vile and brutal deeds. On the contrary, one would peer in heart fulfills at all times the feast of spring, a supreme auspicious occasion, and the holy day, the Uposatha, the observance day. One fair in act, one pure in heart, reaches perfection evermore. In my teachings, Brahmin, you should bathe, making yourself refuge for all beings. If you speak no falsehood, nor cause harm for living beings, nor take what is not offered not, with faith and free from vice, what need for you to go to the Gaya river? For even your drinking water will be your Gaya. If a person could escape evil deeds by bathing in water, by washing away your sins, the frogs, the turtle, the snakes, the crocodiles, and other aquatic creatures will surely all go to the heavenly realm. If these rivers were able to sweep away your previous evil deeds, surely they would also sweep away your goodness. Purity does not come about by holy water, in which the many folk go to bathe. Endowed with truth and righteousness, one is pure, one is a Brahmin. One who does not attach to omens, who does not attach to meteors, dreams, and auspiciousness and inauspicious signs, is called one released from harmful attachment to portents and promontations. He has commanded over the defilements that bind beings to birth, confining them like a mote. He will not return or be reborn. Goodness passes fools by, those who count on auspicious sign, auspiciousness intrinsic to goodness itself. What can the stars and the constellations accomplish? Any occasion when one does good is called truly propitious and auspicious. A happy daybreak, a joyful dawn, a precious moment, a beautiful honor. One's good acts are worthy offering of homage to those leading the holy life. Here one acts of body, one acts of speech, and one acts of mind. One's aspiration too are good auspiciousness. Having performed such action, one reached desired fruit, fulfilled with auspiciousness. Kamma as an active engagement. Hanker not after the past, nor fantasize over the future, for the past has been left behind, the future has not been reached. Let one who clearly discerns and understands the present, the here and the now, that which is absolute and unshakable, strive to reach this state. Hasten to put forth effort today. Death may come tomorrow. Who knows? The Lord of Death, the great general, shows us no leniency, but one who dwells ardently, diligently, by day, by night. It is he, the peaceful sage, has called supreme, even if living for a single day. Householder, there are these 5 things that are desirable enticing, agreeable, and difficult to obtain in this world. What 5? Long life, beauty, happiness, fame, and heaven. These 5 things, I say, are not obtained by means of prayer or ambition. If these 5 things could be obtained by means of prayer or by ambition, who would be lacking in anything? Householder, the noble disciple who desires long life ought not to pray for or be preoccupied with long life due to a yearning for it. A noble disciple who desires long life should practice the way conducive to long life. For when he practices the way conducive to long life, it leads to abstaining long life, or it leads to obtaining long life, and he gains long life, either human or divine. The noble disciple who desires beauty, desires happiness, desires fame, desires a heavenly place should practice the way conducive to beauty, happiness, fame, and heaven. Monks, when a monk does not make constant effort to develop the mind, even though such a wish as this might arise in him, oh, that my mind might be liberated from the taints by non-clinging. Yet his mind is not liberated from the taints by non-clinging. Suppose there was a hen with 8, 10, or 12 eggs that she has not covered, incubated, and nurtured properly. Even though such a wish as might arise in her, oh, that my chicks might pierce their shells with the points of their claws and beaks that hatch safely. Yet the chicks are incapable of piercing the shells when the points of their claws and beaks are hatching safely. Behavior as the benchmark for gauging a person's value. You should know, Vesata, that whoever makes this living among men by cattle herding is called a farmer. He is not a Brahmin. Whoever makes his living by various craft is called a craftsman. He is not a Brahmin. Whoever makes his living by trade is called a merchant. He is not a Brahmin. He who makes his living by serving others is called a servant. He is not a Brahmin. Whoever makes his living by stealing is called a thief. He is not a Brahmin. Whoever governs among men the town and realms is called a king. He is not a Brahmin. I call him not a Brahmin because of the seed descent from his mother's womb. If impurities still lurk in him, he is just one who addresses others as sir. One who has no mental impurities lingering in the mind, who clings no more. He is the one I call a Brahmin. Name and clan are assigned as mere destinations in the world, originating as form of address determined by the occasion. Those who do not know this fact, in whose hearts wrong view has remained buried for ages, declare one is a Brahmin by birth, one is not a Brahmin by birth, nor by birth a non-Brahmin. By one's occupation, Kamma, action, intention, is one a Brahmin. By one's occupation, Kamma, action, intention, is one not a Brahmin. By their occupations are men's farmers, craftsmen, merchants, servants, robbers, soldiers, chaplains, and even kings, the wise seers of dependent origination. Skilled in action, its results. See action as it really is. Action makes the world go around. Action makes this generation of beings wander on. Living beings are bound by action like the chariot wheel by the pen. I do not say, Brahmin, that one is better because one is from an aristocratic family, nor do I say that one is worse because one is from an aristocratic family. I do not say that one is better because one possesses an influential social standing, nor do I say one is worse because one possesses an influential social standing. I do not say that one is better because one is of great wealth, nor do I say that one is worse because one is of great wealth. For here one is from an aristocratic family, one possesses an influential social standing, one of great wealth, may enjoy killing living beings, may enjoy stealing, may enjoy engaging in sexual misconduct, speaking falsely, speaking maliciously, speaking harshly, and engaging in gossip. He may be covetous, have a mind of ill will, and hold wrong view. One is not an outcast by birth. One is not a Brahmin by birth. It is by deed that one becomes an outcast. It is by deed that one becomes a Brahmin. When members of their four social classes, the Kshatriyas, the Brahmins, the Vaishyas, and the Sudras, go forth from their household life to homelessness in the law of Dhamma and the Vinaya discipline proclaimed by the Buddhaghosacariya, they give up their former names and clans and are considered renunciants, following the Sakyan Sun. Whoever of these four classes or castes as a monk has destroyed the mental impurities, completed the holy life, done what has to be done, laid down the burden, attained to the highest goal, completely destroyed the fetter of becoming, and become liberated by the highest insight, he is declared to be chief among them. Self-reliance. The Buddhaghosacariya can but point the way. Your responsibility is to bring perseverance to fulfillment. Oneself indeed is one's refuge. For whose house could be one's refuge? With oneself well trained, one obtains a refuge difficult to find. Purity and impurity are personal matters. No one can purify another. Monks, dwell with yourself as a refuge, with no other refuge, with the Dhamma as your refuge, with no other refuge. And finally, extortions for the future. A woman or a man, a householder, or one gone forth should reflect again and again, I am the owner of my Kamma, of my own action, heir to my Kamma, heir to my own action, born of my Kamma, born of my own action, related through my Kamma, related through my own action, abided and supported by my Kamma, abided and supported by my own actions. Whatever Kamma I shall do, whatever action I shall commit, for good or for evil, of that I will be the heir. If you are afraid of pain, do not an evil deed openly or in secret. If you shall do an evil deed or do one now, there is no escape from misery, though you spring up and flee. Grain, wealth, silver, gold, and whatever other cherished possessions there are, slaves, workers, employees, and dependents, none of these can take away. Everything must be left behind. But the action one has done by body, but the actions that one has done by speech, but the action that one has done by mind, these are truly one's own. These one takes when one goes. Actions follow one's along like the shadow that never departs. Therefore, one should do what is good, accumulating what is useful for the future. Merits are the support for living beings in this world to come.